Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host Brian, and today I'm joined by a friend of the show, host of the Kyle Petty Show, and also at Strat Chat. Kyle Petty, how are you doing?
I am fantastic. Absolutely chuffed to be back.
We were back for the Anonymous. This is season one, episode eight. This is Divide and Conquer. 8 episodes in, still have 9 people. Just really wondering. I think our big takeaway of the show is like I really enjoy the show, but just I still, and it's been I think our problem for the last 3 or 4 episodes. Like where are we going here? We need to, what's the end game here? And
Yes.
I'm clouded. I don't know, especially like because like one of the things we complain about is that we find out who was going to be eliminated on this episode from last episode, and no one got eliminated. So it's again like no step forward whatsoever.
hmm hmm Yeah, I want to know what the end game is, and I also because it's leading me to believe we're still nowhere close because we're
Yeah,
still at less than $50,000 in the team pot, and it's
right.
supposed to be up to 100,000. And while they have not reached the maximum on the couple of challenges they have done, I mean, we
It's
still got a
not. It's
long
yeah.
ways to go. Yeah.
I would say maybe like 15, 12 to 15, maybe max they missed out on. That's still less than 70.
Right. This isn't like the traders or the mole where we're leaving money all over the
Yeah,
place.
right.
Like this is not that. Like we just haven't had the opportunities to.
Hmm.
So yeah,
And it
how
counts.
do we
It's
close
not
up
even
here?
big numbers. Like they're like missing like that
Mm-mm.
one math game. It's like, oh, we missed out on $2,000. Yeah, it's like it wasn't
$584.
anything like groundbreaking.
Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah, I just don't know. It's just it's gonna be interesting to see the end game. And I don't mean to fast forward to the end, but I had a theory for you before we got on here, and I'm gonna say it now.
Oh.
I'm just gonna spark some debate here.
Mm.
This is the first time that we have 3 people at risk at the end of the episode. Usually it's two. And
That is true.
I
I
was
did
listening to the
notice that.
wording, and I was wondering if we might have a secret double elimination tonight.
Now that's worth being a cliffhanger. I would have liked to know that going into it, so
Yeah.
I would have known it was exciting.
Hmm.
Um,
It's just a theory, but it's just the
okay,
first time
yeah.
in 8 episodes we have always 2 people vulnerable at the end of the episode. Now we have three, and it just caught my eye. And because we didn't have anybody eliminated last episode, technically last episode, we need to get this thing moving. So
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, even if episode 9 going in with 7 people is still a lot to me because I can't see this season going longer than 12 episodes.
Right. Unless, of course, like again, like we were saying before, like unless your final is like 5 or 6
Right,
people, then
right.
maybe, we're just losing a few more and then we go into
Hmm.
whatever the end thing is. And maybe that's another opportunity to just rack up a whole bunch of money.
Right, exactly.
Because they certainly do that in the mall and the traders, right? Kind of like load
Yeah,
in all the money at the end because like we don't want this pot to be like so
right,
maudlin that no one cares.
right, exactly.
Yeah, I
So
guess.
that's just my little theory here. I'd love it to be true. I've been probably over on a lot of them because I was like, oh, we're gonna get another handle change, and still waiting
Mm-hmm.
on that. I feel like because I think another big thing is like a lot of people are trying to figure out who people are,
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
talked pre-show about. I said to you, I was like, hey, they're finally actually talking about who they think the handles are. And I was like, oh, Dylan's called Nina out, and you're like, that was a dumb move.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, I mean, I don't know what did you think you were going to gain from that? Because like if you're right, which he was, then like that just makes
Yeah,
you a target to her. Like that didn't serve you at all. It's not like she's sitting back and she's thinking, "Oh my gosh, that's so impressive." Because either you're right and now you're a target, or you're wrong and she's not impressed.
right.
So, like, who did that serve?
Yeah, and even the way she kind of was like, "Oh, I can't say," it made me think like, "Oh, there must be rules you can't physically or like verbally say like, yes,
Right.
I am
Hmm.
X
Hmm.
handle."
Yeah.
So I don't know. I didn't think she really did a good job of like shooing away that theory though. She
Yeah.
definitely she was on her bed. She was backpedaling like pretty hard. Like that's why I think she was very surprised because he said it so quickly.
Yeah. And
Like,
said
oh,
it so
Bismuth's eagle is like,
casually.
yeah, you're the fire.
Hmm.
Huh?
And Nina's the fire. She's like, wait, and you think Nina is the fire? Like she refers to herself like in, in the third person.
What?
Yeah, it's like really? Yeah.
So it's definitely gonna be interesting because I don't know. I think just like some of the and like the final 2 people. I know I'm jumping around here just because I mean it's just like we have to at this point.
It's fine.
Andy and Victoria. It's between Andy and Victoria for being the anonymous. And I thought Andy did a pretty good job in the chat today. Like show like because I thought people knew Andy.
Yeah.
And then like all of a sudden he's usually been like the first or second person we see like not being the anonymous. and then all of a sudden he's back into like this is his first time he's made it this far at least. And
Mm-hmm.
I think Victoria's are still playing a really good game. Like no one, she's consistently in like the
She
top.
is.
Yeah, she's doing a
She
good job.
is. I was really scared about Andy doing that, like voting for himself, because
Mm,
that felt a little bit safer a few eliminations ago. To do it now when there's so few
yeah,
people,
it
like
definitely was weird.
that's really, really risky. That's
Hmm.
really risky.
But I mean, he's safe.
Yeah, I mean, it
So
worked. It worked. And maybe that could have been what made him the anonymous. That'd be exciting.
yeah, because I think when they because they do like they I'm sure this is great editing from them, but they like oh Shay like oh I think so and so lightning and they just say a bunch of names like we only see like
Mhm.
3 or 4 people saying it so we don't
Yeah.
really truly know. I This is one of those things I just want to see. You don't need to see the names like how many people got that right. I just want to kind of know like
I want to know where everybody stands. Like who is
yeah
second, who is third, who's like
yeah
never getting it right, who
Christopher
was and then
Christopher's never
second.
getting it right.
No, no, I don't think so. I don't
He's
think
never
so.
getting it
I
right.
also wonder how much Dylan is getting right too. It surprises me that the OGs are having, it seems like almost like less success than the new people. Like for Victoria to always be up there and like the OGs like are not like, they seem to be rotating, but she came in as a new person and like she's consistently doing better. It's like, what is she doing right
Well,
that no one else is getting?
she came in hot like I'm voting for Christopher. Like her first chat interaction was like I'm voting for Christopher. So I wonder if
Mm-hmm,
that just
mm-hmm,
set the tone of like she's been pretty consistent on like who she's voting for. Like again, she voted for Marcel. So like she's never voting for a girl and like you know how they like kind of played the
right.
vibe today. It's like one of the girls are going home. So she
Yeah,
kind of just has been staying strong and there's I mean whatever she's doing is working.
it is working. I just it's
It's
impressive.
impressive.
I just yeah.
Yeah. And I like that she's playing this like buddy buddy with Christopher, but I think she would cut him if he was on there. I think that she because then she could act surprised, like oh.
Do you think she would?
I think she would.
Yeah, maybe. I was gonna say like maybe later on, but like who knows? Like it kind of it really would help to keep the scent off you, obviously.
Yeah, and
Um,
yeah, and I think Jack has the right idea. I just think he's being too aggressive about it. It's like we need to get rid of her first because she's harder to predict. Because Christopher is he acts the same way in public, and then everybody knows who he is in the chat because he's clearly not getting anywhere close to being
mhm,
anonymous. So his idea makes sense. I just think he was just too aggressive. Kind of what Wayne was doing. They're not the levels of Wayne. Remember Wayne was just like sitting in that challenge, like remember it was like the face off and he was just being like a little bit too much. And I
yes.
kind of think Jack was a little bit too much today.
I agree that Jack is definitely being too much. And I think
Yeah.
Jack is getting a little comfortable now.
Yeah.
I think that he was playing a very, very strong game in the beginning. And at this
Hmm.
point, it's almost like he knows he's playing a good game. So now he's kind of letting his guard down a little bit. And people are starting to really pick up on the fact that he is a little bit more in tune to this game than I think he was
Right.
letting on. And I don't think that's going to serve him either. Um,
Yeah.
do you happen to remember who were the people that were? Because there was some brief chatter a few weeks ago about Nina possibly being Sandra's daughter.
Who
Do you
talked about
remember?
it?
Yeah, somebody said that.
Yeah, it was Xavier. Jack said it to Xavier.
Well, that makes it even worse now. Like, why are you being smart in front of Nina? Like, if you really think that
Yeah.
that's possible, you don't want to share with her that
Hmm.
you might be playing on a similar level as her. Like,
Hmm. Right. I don't
if you
remember.
want anyone to believe that you're smart, it shouldn't be her and it shouldn't have been Xavier, right? You should be having these conversations. Talk to Andy, somebody who you already feel like you have some trust with.
Right. I don't
Um,
remember the third person. If it was like Christopher or Wayne.
mm,
I don't keep my notes that far in advance. So or now, but yeah, it definitely was with Xavier, that conversation. But
no good.
yeah.
Yeah,
We briefly talked about the challenge. $8,000. They're now $49,340. I mean, yawn.
yawn. And honestly, this wasn't a fun challenge to
No,
watch. Everyone's basically just
it
like a
was
puzzle
fake. I thought it
piece.
was. It seemed very staged to me. Left, right. Oh, what? Nothing's working. Nothing's working. What's on your
Yeah,
puzzle piece? It just to me reminded like somebody in traders like trying to sabotage a mission. That's what it said. It felt like to me when she was like, I don't know, I don't know what to do. I'm so
Yeah,
confused. I'm like, it's been 30 seconds,
right. Yeah, I don't know. Like
and then they
this
just instantly get it. I was just like, all right, like,
so and so replace,
yeah,
replace, replace, and I was like, all right, fast forward. Like, but you don't because you don't want to miss something. You
right,
never know, you
some
never know. But
dialogue
yeah,
where
but there was nothing in that. That
there was
was
nothing.
really
It's boring. So she was the leader. I kind of said, but she was safe. So
mhm.
that's kind of why it's kind of important, which is
That
why she
is
did not get a
noteworthy.
vote. It's the
Yeah.
first time she has probably got a vote in a couple weeks because Lily had to vote for somebody else,
Hmm.
and she chose Bisma.
Lily is a really interesting character, because like she is such a girls, girls, girls. And it's like the one time, so she's been so dead set on voting for Nina each and
Mhm.
every time, which again, I still can't wait for that all to come out.
Yeah,
Because
that's gonna be fun.
that's gonna be so fun,
Mhm.
so fun. But then like now you can't vote for Nina and you still don't pick a guy. Like what the hell?
Yeah, I'm wondering if she's still trying to like pretend she's a dude.
I guess.
Somebody must know who she is because she was in the she I think last week she was, but she was her and Nina for Anonymous.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
she didn't get it. But so she kind of was up there. If I'm just assuming that the order we see him is, that's how I'm just interpreting because we're not getting any information. The order,
Oh,
that's how I don't. That's probably not right, but I'm gonna interpret that way because we're the
you
only
know what?
people
That's the
covering
world
that
I'd
show.
like to live in. That is
Yeah,
actually a lot more exciting. Now I want to go back and rewatch some of those orders because
and
if
well,
that's
that's why I
true,
made that comment. Christopher is consistently in
right?
the bottom, like first one or
Oh,
two,
I just assumed
three.
that just because I just thought you said that because he's just never won it.
Well, yeah, he hasn't, but I that's one thing I
Yeah.
remember. I
Okay,
because
that's
I think we talked
interesting.
about it. I was like, I remember all these dumb things like that, but then I don't remember who. I was like, oh, who's gonna be the anonymous? I don't even know. And you're like, it's these
Right.
people.
Okay, that's interesting. I
We
definitely
can
I'll
live off
rewatch
that,
now.
and
Yeah,
maybe not trying to spoil any or future stuff, but maybe we can possibly ask somebody if they come on here
we can possibly ask
after they
someone.
watch it. Maybe they know some things that we don't know.
Right.
That's something we can ask them. But yeah, I would like to know. I would like to live in that world that that's what how they did it because I
Yeah,
think
that's
it's
fun.
interesting.
I
But
like that.
yeah, I'm
Which
just
means
even
also Marcel is always in the bottom then
yeah,
too.
right. Yeah, he's always in the bottom. It's him and Andy usually was in the bottom too. So I think that move, that switch, is why kind of maybe he kind of pulled it
Hmm. Okay.
because
All right.
Jack's usually near the top. Dylan, and like you said, I think you said pre-show, Dylan. He's like, oh, I know Nina. He like you said in the conversation, but he's kind of never at the top either.
No, if we're gonna go by that logic, then no.
Yeah. So
Um, did we talk about the Dylan and Nina thing? Did we do that?
yeah, we did it. We did it briefly. We talked about it.
No, I didn't know
That's
that was
kind of where
if
we're
that
at
was
with the
before
show,
we hit
unfortunately.
record or not. Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't remember when
It
we did
goes
that.
right at the mind once you say it 5 minutes ago.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
I don't really have much else to say about it. I kind of feel like I hope my theory is true that the reason we have three vulnerable is
Yeah, we got surprise double. I
dude,
like that.
we didn't even say that Marcel is safe from the beginning of last episode. He had the safe
Oh,
box.
right. Yes, he had the
This
safe
is
box,
yeah,
which
and
is
this
the
is what's
third
annoying.
time in a
Yeah.
row.
Yeah, he's doing really well with that. So he bluffed correctly to Christopher.
Hmm. Hmm.
But like, and I think you say it every week. It's just like that just loses the steam. We didn't even talk about it until X amount of minutes into this review from like somebody could have went home. We didn't even talk about it. Just
Yeah, because
I
I
don't love
mean,
that
because
editing.
even no, because I don't love it. I also don't love how he became safe. Like it was so much more interesting the way that Nina got her safety, because there was a challenge and you won it, and that makes
Yeah.
good sense to me. That is competitive reality TV 101.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
am tired of these dollar store boxes just having different things inside. Like enough now.
Yeah.
Like it's literally a board game. Like this is what you would play on a Saturday night with your friends sitting around the kitchen table. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
tired of it. It was exciting the first time,
Right.
watching the bluffing and see how people do. But once
I
you
don't
do
want.
it for the third, no, no.
So we didn't see it today. Meaning makes me think we're gonna see it next week. I really hope not. Unless they add in like you're eliminated. That's the only way I'm gonna be okay with it. Somebody has an elimination box. They don't
Mm,
say anything, and they're like, "Hey, by the way, I'm eliminated." That's the only way.
Okay, that would actually breathe some new life into this thing because if there is an elimination thing, I want then that means also then if that's the case, then as a viewer, I want to know who has the elimination thing
Okay,
right
so
out
you
of the
can
gate.
see them
I
bluffing.
want to see, yeah, I want to see what their reaction is. I want to see how they handle sitting there holding it because then obviously now you're going to have a whole different motivation. You're going to want people to trade with
Right.
you. How do you do that without making it look suspicious? That's very
I
exciting to
would
me.
like that. I'm fine with that, but I don't want the players to know that that's in there. Tell us,
No.
the viewer, and
Mm-hmm.
then they don't know. So he's like, "Oh,
Yes.
this was a great one." Like, lying a little
Right.
bit, and they have
Right.
no clue. That's what I want to see. I want to see that, but
Or even just
I
like
can hold
your
my breath.
automatic nominee or something. There's only going to be three nominees.
Yeah,
Three of you
something.
are going to be up there. We're not actually doing a vote this time. There's still going to be a test to see who's good, but this
Okay.
is what we'll
Yeah,
set.
something different.
Yeah. We should be game makers.
Yeah.
You
I mean, that's
all
what I'm
that.
saying. I mean, I watch enough TV. I think I have pretty good ideas.
Right, right.
Bill can be the main host, and we can just kind of be the puppet masters of the games. And
Mm-hmm.
I could be Ainsley or whatever this one's called. I don't remember. What's
Danny,
it? Danny. Danny.
Danny. You can call me Seneca Crane. Thank you very much. I'll pull all the strings.
All right, yeah, I think that's all I got. God, we're gonna be on episode 9 with 9 people remaining, which is just kind of crazy. Two, four, six, eight, 9. So somebody will be going home, hopefully, maybe two,
Mhm.
if they want to please
Maybe
me.
too. And now, I
Me?
mean, well, because since no one went home, maybe that is what's happening.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I need to be right about something. Have to be.
I guess my only complaint to that is that that means this person who won the anonymous now all of a sudden had the most powerful anonymous reign. Um, that's the only little fly in the ointment for me. But
Yeah,
I guess also if you didn't know that going into it, then everyone had an equal shot of having that privilege.
mhm,
So hey,
yeah,
sucks to suck.
yeah. I agree.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right, before we get out here, what's going on at Stretch at?
Stretch at. I mean, we're still carrying the torch on the challenge. We did pick up Survivor.
Hmm.
But we still haven't worked out when we're doing that. We stream on Mondays and Thursdays. So we're
Yeah.
definitely doing Big Brother 26 Thursday at 10:30. We pushed it back. Decided to push it back.
Well, weren't you doing that because you did Survivor at the same time, or like right
Yeah.
before?
But we've decided to kind of leave it there. We want to be after the other podcasts that are larger. Like the Rob has podcast people. So when everybody's done watching them, you can come and hang out with
Oh,
us.
you're saying if you do it on Monday.
No, we'll do it Thursday, but at 10:30 instead of 9. We used to do like 9:15, 9:20 for Big
Oh,
Brother. We pushed it back an hour. So we're not competing with the big dogs.
okay, okay.
Yeah, we'll be the
So
late
is
night
Big
people.
Big Brother on is Big Brother this week on at like 9:30 or something?
Yeah, tomorrow, Wednesday at 9:30.
And that's
And
on
then
ABC?
that's on CBS.
CBS. Oh, because Survivor. So that means Survivor's
Yeah.
only 90 minutes. Thank God.
Yeah. Survivor's
I like
90
that.
minutes and Big Brother's 90 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. I can get behind that. No more 2 hours. I don't need that.
No, definitely don't need
I
that.
don't. It's funny
It's
because
fun
we
for a premiere, but that's it.
yeah. Yeah, and the finale doesn't even be 3 hours either. But it's funny how like we watch all these shows and we're like, oh man, we want more and more and more and more and more. And then when we kind of get it, we're like, I don't know if I want that anymore.
Because the more that I want isn't the more that I get.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. That's what
Yes, we're just getting
that
a whole bunch of silliness, like people walking around,
yeah.
like rubbing sticks together. And it's like, no, I want to see like drama. I don't want to see you playing games. Like, man, I think last
Yeah.
season you saw like I think it was Ben and Charlie
Yeah,
going about
I was just
Taylor
gonna bring that up, the
Swift.
dumb singing. I don't really care
Right,
about
I
what you
don't
know
need
about Taylor
that.
Swift.
What else is going on? Who's looking for an idol and got caught? Like,
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
exactly.
Whose stomach is upset from eating something sour? Like that.
Yeah.
That's like I'm more interested in that than other crap.
Applebee's.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I don't need that. No.
Well, if you want to hear us vent about Survivor, we'll be on tomorrow after the show ends. Then you can
Yes, we
cleanse your
will.
palate on Thursday with Kyle and Stretch Out.
Yeah,
So,
we're more positive in that house.
right, definitely. This is a negative house. This is a house built with negative bricks and
No,
nails.
it's not. No, it's not. It's just honest. It's honest. We're not feeling it. We're gonna let you know. We'll still be here every week, but I'm just gonna tell you
That's
I hated it.
that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for all for watching. We'll be back in the next video. Probably be Bachelor, Golden Bachelorette, or Survivor. So thanks for watching. See you.